Good morning to you. Oh, down in South Georgia here in the United States, we've been having a run of some warm weather. Oh, it's been so nice. You know, you can go out in your shirt sleeves. Of course, in the morning, like this morning when I walked Grayson, um, yeah, he's there waiting for me for our second walk. Uh, Grayson, you want to say hi? Say hi. Dogs know how to do it, you know? If they're waiting for something. I mean, we can take a lesson from them. You know how, I remember my father when he was waiting, especially if he was waiting for my mother, and he'd have maybe some change in his pocket or something. He'd have his hand in his pocket, kind of jingling the change, or a lot of people would do this. They'd have their hand on the counter on something, like, come on, come on. But dogs know how to do it. They just, take advantage. I guess they're very zen, They just lay out there and take this time to just relax. That's something we could cultivate, would be good. Well, okay, so what was I saying? I don't even know what I started off saying. But, okay. Oh, I was talking about the weather, wasn't I? So I had to wear a sweater this morning. Grayson comes naturally with a sweater on. And, but in the next probably, 2 or 3 hours when the sun comes up real well, I won't need the sweater. Well, anyway, so this morning I got out a new container of almond coconut milk, and I decided, I'm a reader, okay? I read labels and stuff. And if you read on almond milk, coconut milk, soy milk, cashew milk, oh my gosh, all kinds of milk these days, things that are not cow's milk or goat's milk. So let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Now, it always disturbs me that these things are in very tiny print and you have to look for them, because I figure if this is important, it should be put in larger print. But it makes me wonder, is this important? So it says, see how small that is? Must be refrigerated. Well, duh, okay. Stays fresh 7 to 10 days after opening. Okay, so what does that mean? Stays fresh. I don't know, like when I think of fresh milk, well, you think of somebody milking the cow. But, nobody milked anything here in that sense. This is almonds and coconut. And by the way, it's also got all kinds of other stuff in it to make it creamy and, milky looking. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and put the date. What is the date today? Oh, wait, the 26th of February. Okay, 2/26. All right, so I've got the date on it, and I'm going to see how long it takes me, to use this, because I always think, oh, I'll remember, no, something will happen, and I'll think, oh, I opened it last week. It could have been 2 weeks ago. Who knows? Could have been 3 weeks ago. So I thought, well, I'll keep track of it. And now, I haven't looked recently, but at various times in the past, I have looked online to see what's going to happen to you if you drink it beyond 7 to 10 days. Now, if you have, of course, cow's milk, it's very easy to tell whether it's still drinkable. I mean, all you need to do is, pass your nose a little bit close to it, and if it knocks you over, you know that you got to pour it down the sink and get rid of the container. Let me put this in the fridge, because one thing is absolutely for sure about any refrigerator item, okay? The longer it stays outside of refrigerated temperature, the more quickly it's going to, I don't want to use the word go bad, but like let's say if it was meat, something like that, or something with eggs or whatever, you need to get it back in the fridge. Don't let it just sit around, because then it starts getting to a temperature where bacteria and stuff like that can grow. Anyway, be safe with food. So, okay. An introduction to putting milk in my cup. Oh, I hope I haven't put too much in there. I think instead of making a 7-ounce cup of coffee this morning, or an 8-ounce cup, let me lower this down so you can see. I think that I'm going to, one of my favorite coffees, actually my favorite, is Fortado. Let me see if I've got I do. Okay. So here's the sleeve that Fortado comes in, okay? And I'm going to read to you about the kind of coffee that it is. So, okay, this says why we love it. Here's the most intense Vertuo coffee in its Gran Lungo size. Gran Lungo is like 5 ounces. Okay, Fortado. Its Indian Robusta comes at you in full force, and cocoa and oak wood notes emerge from the Colombian Arabica. Okay, so, it's kind of neat too. They've got this in English, in French, in, is this Spanish? Porque nos encanta. Fortado es el café Vertuo Gran Lungo más intenso. I think that's Spanish. And then, Espanol. And then, what is this? BR. Porque nos amamos este el café Vertuo más intenso do tamanho americano. BR. I don't know. I mean, is it Portuguese? What would be? Okay, for the English, it says EN. For the French, it says FR. For the Spanish, ES, like Espanol. BR. I don't know. Is it something obvious and I'm totally missing it? Oh, well, anyway. So they got different languages on here. And then this is an intensity out of 11. This is an intensity of 8. And let's see, anything else on here? Nope, that's all that's on here of interest, okay? And of course, there's expiration dates and all that, but actually, because this is vacuum packed and it's coffee, if you drink it past the expiration date, maybe it might not have quite as much, of a flavor or something like that, but, you're not going to die from it. All right. So here, let's go ahead and get this ready. Here, I'll turn this around so you can see it better. And I will hold it down here because it's always so pretty when it goes into the milk. Okay. Come on, coffee. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, here it comes. It's coming. Here it comes. Yes. So I put in so much milk, I wasn't really watching what I was doing very well. Probably should have put in about half that much. So I'm probably going to have to microwave it. When I was a little girl, I remember my father would take me to his mother's house. And interestingly, both of my grandmas were named Bertha, my father's mother and my mother's mother. Um, anyhow, so we called my mother's mother Grandma, and we called my father's mother Grandma Mother, because my mother called her mother-in-law Mother, and she was our grandma, me and my brother, so we called her Grandma Mother. Anyway, so sometimes my father would have coffee, and he would take a spoon and he'd hold it right at the surface of the coffee, and he'd very slowly and gently pour in cream, and the cream would float on top of the coffee. And I was just always so fascinated by that. He didn't just dump it in like most people, will dump in milk or something to coffee, but he would just sort of float that cream on the top. And anyway, here we go. Let me turn this around the other way. So the coffee is sort of sinking down into the coconut almond milk. This is the part I love. I love watching, because different coffees sink down different ways. And then it's just so cool watching this. I don't know, do you think so? I love it. I mean, some mornings, when I'm not talking to you while I'm doing this, I just enjoy watching that coffee swirl around into the milk. I don't know, it's very calming, and it's almost a meditative kind of thing. Something that I've kind of got. Sorry, phone call was coming in, but I'll make them wait. Something that I've gotten into since I've retired is really concentrating on enjoying the little moments. Not kind of being in a rush doing one thing so I could get to the next thing. And when I was younger, I don't know, I got enjoyment out of other things, and it didn't seem important to kind of take my time with little things. But now, one of the joys of being retired and having some extra time is to do something like take the maybe minute, 60 seconds or maybe even 30 seconds to watch the coffee brew. Now, the thing is that you could do that even if you're younger. Taking 30 seconds, it's not going to greatly impact your day, taking time away from everything else, is it? So maybe, sometimes taking 30 seconds to watch your coffee brew, or listen to it, or smell it, or just, close your eyes while that coffee is brewing. Think of something pleasant. Think of a good memory. Do you know that can have tremendous benefits for your health? And I am all about health, because you can't control, there's a lot in your life you can't control, but you have a lot of say over your own health. And certainly there's things in your health that you just happen and you can't do anything about, but there's so much you can do something about. You can make a choice about what you're going to eat and drink and when and how much. What you put in your body really does affect your health. Here I am yapping. Oh, I love this Fortado. I'm going to pop it in the microwave. It just needs a tiny bit more heat to it to be perfect. Here's Grayson. Grayson, come here. Come here, buddy. Hey, are you a good boy? Look at you. He's one of these dogs that just naturally sits so regally and, has this good posture. Grayson, touch. Good boy. Good boy. And we've worked on, various things, training him and all. Okay, well, I'm going to heat that coffee up a little bit more. I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. And then I'm going to go take Grayson for a walk. Listen, the things that you have to do today, try to find a way to enjoy them, to take some time and savor what you're doing. And remember, your greatest power is the power to choose one thought over another. No matter how you feel, you have a choice about how to act. Make good choices. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.